Hello again. Thanks for watching Mark's Minerals videos. Today I'm trying to show where I would go from sanding, and right now I'm using a 600 Nova Point 600 grit, and when I start to polish. At this point, when the color is bright on the surface, I've removed all the crazing and lines to a 600 finish. Dry, it should produce a pretty decent polish. It should look fairly clear at this point. You can take it to 1200 or 3000, but I'm trying to show that 600 is adequate. Unfortunately, there's still a little bit of that root beer color that's covering this corner, so I'm going to go a little bit further down here, and from there I'll come back as soon as I'm done touching up the edge. And again, I'm just going to use that gentle light pressure and be consistent. And I'll be back with you in a little bit. Thank you. So one of the things about working with the video is there's certain constraints. I don't want to wait in between too long and then have the video stop itself. So for the sake of continuity, I'm going to show you the surface I'm looking for before I would start polishing. And this is the bare minimum. Like I said, it's 600 is the finest I would, or the coarsest I'd want to be before I start polishing, because I'm going to be polishing with felt pads. And so there will still be some cutting that's happening between the different diamond grits that I'm using. It'll just be much finer. And I'm going to start off with a 5 micron, go to 3.5 micron, 3 micron, 2 micron, 1.5 micron, half micron, 0.25 micron. And I do that in steps. That way at each level I'm removing any surface scratches there might be. And this whole video is inspired by a question from Zach, and thank you for that. He's wondering how far you go before you start to polish and when you're still sanding. At this point, now that the green is apparent and the surface scratches are removed, I'm confident I'm ready to go ahead and start polishing. So I'll be back with you in a second. So in further response to your question, Zach, I'm at this color. You can see the bar of color is fairly thick, so I still have some room to play with. As soon as I've removed that brown cap, I'm ready to move in. And I could probably go a little bit deeper, but like I said, for sake of the video, this is where I want to be, right in the middle, where the bubbles are visible, but they're still a little bit golden, a little bit brown. That green is almost too far because you're right on top of the color at that point. And right there is okay because you're still underneath it. That brown, that'll disappear as we continue to polish. But you're going to continue to peel away small amounts of stone. So as you're going, you're going to want to make sure you work the browner bits first, because you don't want to leave this sitting in one area too long. You'll cook the stone, or you'll create gouges that are really hard to come back from, and potentially blow through some really amazing color. So again, really light pressure, working your way into those valleys. I tend to notice one of the areas I lose track of most are the corners of the stone, the edges sometimes get neglected. So I try to be conscientious of that and go over those. Now that color's starting to pop out. And as you remove those micro scratches, those little scratches, you're going to get more and more definition from the stone. So that was one of my longer videos so far. Like I said, I wanted to answer your question. I appreciate it. If anyone has a question, please check me out on Mark's Minerals and ask me there, or ask me here on the YouTube video. I really appreciate. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks, and have a terrific evening.